think you and I need to step outside.
No, God, no. It's
Okay. But if I win, I get to take that pretty girl of yours to a ball. Because she deserves that. Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball. Yes.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them. This season, a title fight is brewing. That's right, Eddie Murphy versus Jim Carrey. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is a pretty girl who deserves to go to the ball, Joe Vekeman.
I do deserve to go to the ball.
You do,
Thank
Joe.
you for acknowledging me.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And on the audio boards is Lev Van Rensselaer. They're reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. And our sponsor this week is pencils. The only pens that hang out on your windowsill. They're the best place for them to grow because they are solar-powered pens. All right, Joe, what are we doing this week?
This week we watched Jim Carrey in Yes Man.
Yes, this I think is the last time I checked in with Jim Carrey. I don't really know anything else that's coming down the pike beyond Sonic things.
Good.
Yes.
I saw something is coming very, very soon, and I am very curious.
Okay, well, what happens in Yes Man?
A man challenges himself to say yes to everything.
That's very succinct. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Very marketable. Yes, all right. Well, the movie came out when? In 2008, Joe?
At the tail end of 2008.
Yes, and that means that this movie's old, Joe. Do you want to know how this movie's old?
Tell me all of the ways. It's so old.
Well, cell phones don't have apps. That's very old. Blockbuster exists. Bet they still wish it was 2008, those guys.
I do.
$65,000 was an impressive salary.
Oh, God, shut up. I calculated how much I made after that. I'm like, whew.
People are
Jesus Christ.
People are carrying physical cash on them. That Jim Carrey's just got bills he can give out to people randomly. Haven't seen that before. In a long time, I should say. DDR. MySpace was top billed over Facebook. When somebody's listing them, they say MySpace first, and then they go to Facebook.
Yeah, then she got to Facebook. Well, the social network hasn't even come out yet.
Gotcha, yes. People have TiVo, and they use it. That was a different time for certain. People care about the movie 300. Haven't heard anyone talk about that in a long time.
Yeah, well, 2007 was the year before.
And lastly, Danny Masterson was castable in a movie.
I was waiting for that one.
You can't do that anymore. Danny Masterson was not in prison at the time. Truly a different era.
Some things have not aged well.
Yes. He wasn't even like a necessary character in the movie.
No, not at all.
I'm
and
not
it's
sure
so
what
funny
it accomplished.
When you see the first friend that Jim Carrey has, I'm like, oh, hey, Bradley.
Yeah, hey.
Like, look what you've done with yourself since this movie. And Danny.
Bradley Cooper doesn't have any jokes, but at least he's like the voice of reason and somebody Jim can bounce ideas off of. Danny is, I don't know, he's like meant to be comic friend guy, but he doesn't really get any jokes either.
Yeah, no, he has like 3 things and they're not very
Yeah, he's just
funny.
like, he's horn dogging on a nurse and he's horn dogging on an old lady. Like the producers knew what kind of guy they were casting for the role, it seems.
Yeah, I don't like him. I was skewed out.
Yeah, in this movie, Jim Carrey joins a cult of people who keep saying yes, thanks to his friend John Michael Higgins that we had recently seen in another Jim Carrey movie, Fun with Dick and Jane.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he was also hanging out in Evan Almighty, the sequel to another Jim Carrey film. So they've been tangentially related to each other for a couple of years here. Mm-hmm. Think they're like real life friends?
Possibly. They're around the same age, right?
You know who definitely didn't look like real life friends? Jim and Zoe. It felt like a Julia and Nick Nolte thing. I'm like, do they just like secretly hate each other, but they have to do this movie together? What's going on?
Are you saying there's an 18-year age gap here?
I was worried there was an age gap, but it just felt like they were trying really hard to have chemistry, and it just was not coming across.
That's funny. That never bothered me.
Okay. It felt like, maybe I just don't like Zoe. It just felt...
Yes, this is the key that we're going to be turning in this one, because I like this movie. Still, that dumb bastard I am.
No, that's okay. There was just something off about the Zoe thing, and I thought maybe they didn't like each other, but maybe Zoe just isn't all that talented. I don't know. She's not a new girl yet. That's all we know. Oh, we got the ghost butler from Haunted Mansion in this movie.
The ghost butler?
The ghost butler from the Eddie Murphy classic.
Stamp.
Terrence Stamp crosses over.
He's just named Terrence in this.
Yeah, I know.
Can I tell you the standout person in this movie for me?
Sure, go for it.
Still is and was when I first saw it. Rhys Darby, who plays his friend Norman at work.
Yeah, I was hot and cold on him.
He had a lot of funny bits.
Yeah, there were times when I'm like, all right, I'm vibing with this guy. And then there are times where I'm like, I need a break. This is a bit much. I was like, all right, we got Bradley Cooper. He's about to be in the A-Team. And then I thought we got Sharlto Copley. And I was like, we got half the A-Team in this movie. But then as the movie kept going, I go, no, his face looks wider.
Wait, you thought Rhys Darby was Sharlto Copley?
Yeah, they both got that same accent, don't they? Or am I confusing my accents?
I think, I think Sharlto Copley's from...
South Africa,
and Rhys Darby's from New Zealand. He was a Flight of the Conchords guy.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was their like agent.
Oh, he's not one of the Conchords. He is just he's not flying with them.
He did not fly, but he
managing
he watched them fly. Yeah.
Okay.
Zoe doesn't come in till about 40 minutes into this movie.
Wow, for real.
She's in it for like 4 minutes, like when he is like abandoned in the woods. And then she doesn't come back till about 40, 45 minutes.
Okay, that seems fine to me, though. Like, we've set her up, and then...
Yeah, well, at that point, there's only about 50 minutes left of the movie.
Yeah. But that's okay, because it's like the halfway point. He's at, like, the peak. Mm-hmm. All of his yesing has led him to his heart's desire, which is this romantic relationship. So I say, okay, I don't hate that. There's a lot of shit going on anyway. Like, it does have a lot of setup. And then it kind of, like, wings back. Like, okay, knowing Korean helped him here, and knowing guitar helped him save Adam Sandler alum Luis Guzman.
Yeah, what was your favorite thing that he said yes to, and what was your least favorite thing that he said yes to? There you go. That's a question.
Yeah, there were a lot of times where I'm like, what are the limits of this saying yes to thing? Like all these cult people, they're just like, hey, can I sexually abuse you? And they're like, yes.
Oh, the old lady?
Just...
Which, I don't know. I didn't know this was going to feel so good. It's just so cartoonish.
Yeah, speaking of Zoe, Jim scoops... I'm going to think on your question, Joe, but speaking of, Jim scoops himself up another manic pixie dream girl. This one, a lot more cartoonish than the
Zoe?
The sunshine, spotless mind girl.
Oh, yeah. No, Zoe, where to begin? She had her moment. It was basically this year and maybe 2 years after, and then she's on TV.
That's fine. She certainly made a meal of that TV show.
Yeah, even though it was on the chopping block every year.
Yeah, why does Zoe...
It was popular for like 1 year.
Right, because Zoe was an elf too? Why does Zoe keep getting paired up with these way older men?
Yeah, Will Ferrell's pretty old, too. I mean, Will
Ferrell definitely looks older than Jim.
That's not true. It's not true.
He looks so older. He's had, like, dad bods since he was in his late 20s.
Well, the funny thing is, when they go to the chicken factory, both Jim and Zoe are vegans.
Yeah, they're just there to, like... tour.
What a weird thing to do to them.
You gotta see what Lincoln, Nebraska has to offer.
My friend Will Ferrell has about, he is, let's see, 5 years younger than Jim.
Yeah, okay, but you're not listening to me. I'm saying he looks older. Is Jim older than Zoe? Yes, he definitely looks like he's older. But Will looks way older than Zoe.
It's only 13 years.
I mean, both cases it's creepy. Because what's Zoe in these movies like? In her early to mid-20s?
She's 28.
She is? She just looks so young.
She does. She looks so young in Elf.
Yeah, she's just like, hi, I'm Zoe. I got a cookie pan. Oh.
The Munchausen by proxy. Yeah, I thought that was funny when I was 18.
Yeah. She also looks young in comparison to her sister. And I don't know if the sister's older, but the sister at least looks like...
The sister is definitely older.
The sister looks like adult woman. Zoe Deschanel looks like, college.
Adult woman.
I'm on boys' college posters.
What was Zoe's first movie? Do you know what Zoe's first movie was?
I don't. I didn't even clock her the first time. I watched this movie when it was when it was Redboxable, when you could do that. So New Girl hadn't come out, so this is just some woman.
Did you know that she was on one episode of Frasier?
Yes, and because I did clock it years later.
Oh, she was on Veronica's Closet. Do you know what this is?
No, I didn't see that. Or maybe I did. Let's look it up.
That's a Kirstie Alley show.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Maybe.
Robert Prosky. Marilyn Rice Cub. Christopher McDonald. Kathy Najimy. It's got a cast. Are you going to visit Veronica's Closet? Looks like it's a half-hour sitcom.
From the people who did Friends. Huh. Wow. All right, let me tell you something. When a show makes it to 3 seasons, Joe...
Uh-huh.
They usually just drag its corpse over 4, and then they can sell it syndication rights to it.
Yeah.
The production company will beg. They'll say, okay, NBC, CBS, we'll give this to you for practically nothing so that we can get these numbers. I so rarely see a show canceled after season 3. NBC went as far to just get rid of Dan Harmon on Community rather than cancel the show after 3 seasons. That is how much they usually do this.
It looks like her first credit is this movie called Mumford in 1999. Directed and written by Lawrence Kasdan. It stars Jason Lee, Alfre Woodard, Mary McDonald, Martin Short, David Paymer, Jane Addams, Ted Danson, Jason Ritter, Elizabeth Moss. What a good cast. It's got a cast.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it.
No.
Mumford. That's her first feature. And then she follows it up with Almost Famous and The Good Girl. Did you see The Good Girl? You're a fan of Aniston?
Yes, again, don't remember her in it because I haven't seen it since I've heard of New Girl.
I remember her because she was the quirky girl behind the counter who said funny things over the speaker. Does that sound like her? Is John C. Reilly really married to Jennifer Aniston in that movie? That's insane.
No, I don't think he is.
They have the same last name. Yeah, because she falls in love with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I thought John C. Reilly, he had to, he caught her having an affair with Jake Gyllenhaal, and so, guilted her into having sex with him, too, but she didn't really, I guess I didn't realize they were married in that moment.
Damn.
Maybe that's a different actor. It has been, I don't know, almost 25 years since I've seen it.
Yes, that's true.
So I don't remember.
Yes,
all I really remember from that movie is I really liked Jennifer Aniston's walk because she had this really awkward walk. Jennifer Aniston is playing a character who would never look like Jennifer Aniston because Jennifer Aniston looks like a movie star. But Jennifer Aniston really sold the body posture of the character. And I was quite impressed by that because I've seen those women before, working at those stores before, and I just wish they kind of ugged her up a little bit or whatever, and it really would have sold. She just looks so actress-y.
Trying to find best movie that Zoe Deschanel has been a part of. I mean, I like The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, but I've only seen it once. And I don't like Almost Famous. I don't like that movie.
You know what's interesting? I watched both those movies after I knew about New Girl. I don't remember her in either of those movies. She really doesn't stand out.
In Almost Famous, she plays the older sister of the main character, and she gives him some music to listen to before she like fucks off with her boyfriend across the country or whatever.
Okay, so she's just not in it very much.
And I cannot tell you who she plays in because that movie is 3 hours long and I don't remember much about it. 500 is a Summer.
Okay, yep.
Is a movie that
That's another manic pixie dream girl movie.
I held that movie close to my heart for a long time, and now I have not visited it in possibly over a decade.
Joe, you sound like you're manic pixie dream girl pilled.
Oh, for Zoe, I was.
Or just in general, like, because you also like Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You like this movie. You really like 500 Days of Summer. Like, you just have a lane, and they got you. I
mean, Eternal Sunshine is just a very well-written movie.
You a Scott Pilgrim guy?
Not really. Okay. I like the movie, but I'm not. It's not a big.
You
one
a Garden State guy?
I was.
Yeah, you're in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, I was, and I just these are movies that were definitely like in high school were like my thing, and since then, not so much.
Do you know that, or you just haven't watched them?
I mean, haven't watched them, but haven't had any desire to watch them.
Right, but have you had any desire to watch Yes Men, and you watch it and you go like, still good. Like you might think that with the other ones.
Well, I just think this movie is very silly, and it's breezy. It goes by quick.
I wish it were sillier.
I liked when Jim Carrey wrapped his face in tape, and because they were making like goofy faces in the office, and I was like, that's a funny face.
Yes, that feels like something Jim did on set, and the script supervisor's looking at the script being like, I don't see this in here at all.
This guy's a comedic genius.
What's going on? I don't know. Should we keep rolling? And the director's like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it's Peyton Reed. Do you know Peyton Reed?
Not by name.
He directed Bring It On.
Okay.
Down with Love.
Mm-hmm.
The Breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 Ant-Man movies after this.
So they were like, all right, we're doing Ant-Man. Who do we get to do this? And they go, get that guy from Yes Man and Bring It On.
I literally just listed his entire filmography.
Like Bring It On, big hit movie, obviously had a million sequels. Yes Man. You have Jim Carrey, so it was probably going to be a hit anyway. I've never heard of those other 3 movies.
The Breakup?
Yeah, any of those. Never heard of them.
Well, we'll be watching it someday, my friend. It stars Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston.
Ooh.
Joey Lauren Adams, Anne Margaret, Judy Davis, Vincent D'Onofrio, John Michael Higgins, and our boy Justin Long.
Uh-oh. Wow. All right, we'll get there when we do the Justin Long season, I guess.
Okay. That's the one.
That's it.
Down with Love is a Renee Zellweger and Ewan McGregor movie. It's in the same like romantic comedy framing of like a Rock Hudson Doris Day movie.
Okay.
Like that old school pastiche.
I'm sure all the millennials were big fans of that.
Hideously bombed. But critics loved it, and then I watched it 20 years later at the tire store. Because I had 2 hours to blow because I had nothing to do except for wait for them to put my tires on.
And they just had it on the TV?
No, I put it on my phone and I watched it.
Why did you act? There was a million movies.
It was one of the ones that I was like, okay, I guess this is the one I'm watching.
All right, I really liked Yes Man. I guess I'll see what his other movie is. We'll do that.
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
It was fine. So yeah, Yes Man.
All right, I think the thing I enjoyed him saying yes to most was going to Lincoln, Nebraska. This movie be like, oh, he says yes to everything, and like all of it turns out to be like really sexy stuff. You know, like that. It's a very formulaic,
does it?
manufactured movie. Yeah, like he's learning Korean, and then he helps meet that lady, and he's doing, you know, and like he's saying yes.
I thought that was nice.
He's saying yes to stuff, and like he meets this girl, and now they're going on fun adventures and blah blah blah. But now their spontaneous vacation, who knows where it's going to be? To Lincoln, Nebraska, and they still do it. They go, you know what? Doesn't matter. We'll find a way to make it fun.
And then it gets weird because then he gets called out for like they think he's like some kind of terrorist or something.
Yes, they think he's a terrorist.
What were you doing in Lincoln, Nebraska? It was the next flight out of here. It's good. When he puts the cell phone in the guy's hand and he picks up the big phonogram or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've been to a telephone museum before. Not in Lincoln, Nebraska. They have one in Walpole. I went there with our man on the street, Mr. Paul Jeremini.
Oh, what were you doing there?
We just happened to be in Walpole, and we were like, what's this thing? And we went into the telephone museum, and it's like a room, and it's just got old phones.
Wonder if they have the Nokia phone there now.
Probably. They might have had it then. Just like the early days of cell phones.
The most indestructible phone. What do we do?
But also one of the most annoying phones because it would just like chirp all the time, and you'd hear people walkie-talkie with each other instead of actually having phone calls. Drove me crazy. Yo.
Yo. That'd be one. Hey. How's it going?
The one I like the least.
Yeah. What was your least favorite one?
I don't know. His friends are just like making him drink a bunch of beer. That feels like a dumb frat boyish use of the yes man thing.
And then he gets his ass kicked.
I mean, that's fine, but like, I don't know. Just like his friends are like, we're just going to make him drink a lot. We're some Beavis and Butter. It just felt like the least creative thing for them to do. At least last time when he's like, I made him let me move in, and he's doing my laundry, and I'm making him do the bridal shower for my fiance. Like, at least that's a little more out there. Just like drinking a lot of beer or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I liked how they incorporated it into like certain things. Like, so I think the script is good because it flows pretty well. When he works at a bank, he has to say yes to things, and he has to say yes to loans. But he's saying yes to small loans, and it plays out really well because he's helping these people.
Yeah, that's the thing. He says, yes, I'm going to come to work. Magically, he gets the promotion he wanted. He gives out all these irresponsible loans. Magically, he gets promoted to corporate. Like
it's fun!
So it's just like it always gets to be like something fun and kooky. So then when they kind of got stuck in Nebraska, I go, okay, well, at least there's a little groundedness to this. For me, the script is aggressively manufactured. That's the problem I have with it. Like, it's not bad, but I go like, yep, I can see how the script doctor looked at his Vogler and his Man of 1,000 Faces and was like, well, we got to put this on this page and we got to do this here and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think this script has some fun bones. And I noticed one of the screenwriters was Nicholas Stoller, who wrote and directed Forgetting Sarah Marshall the same year.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And he's also made those Neighbors movies that I enjoy. It's just I like his comedy stuff.
You know, we talked about Jim Carrey having to do DDR as one of his yeses. Let me tell you, the movie had a Dance Dance Revolution consultant in the credits.
Yeah?
I'm not sure what the need to consult is on the game.
It was like a 30-second scene.
It's a 30-second scene, but also it's you just step on the arrows when they come across the screen. What is the consultant teaching them how to play the game? What is the consultant doing?
It just feels like some direction that the director should be giving.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, you step on this platform, follow the lights.
Yeah, just do that, and you're having fun with it. And we're cutting to his legs, so it might even be like a dance double, but that could be your consultant too, right? Just like get a guy who knows how to DDR.
Yeah.
What do you need, a consultant?
This movie came out right before Christmas in 2008, and it really worked on me because, like you said, this was the last Jim Carrey movie I saw in the theater. I don't think I've seen... you know what? I did see the first Sonic in the theater right before the pandemic.
Okay.
But this was my last Jim for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this movie with my mother because I was deeply depressed because I had just gotten broken up with. And it was recommended to me from our friend Rona, she saw it with her mom, and she was like, hey, it's funny. Jim's funny again. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I laughed. And I'm like, okay. So
well, of course Jim's funny again. He's not in the number 23 being a crazy person.
He needed this movie he needed another
Bruce Almighty.
So getting to that. So the movie was budgeted at $70 million.
Wow, that was like a Jim taking a pay cut or something here, maybe.
It made $223.
Still good.
Not too bad.
Still good.
Not Bruce Almighty numbers, because Bruce Almighty made almost $500 million.
God sells really well, Joe. People are real into God.
I guess the marketing on that, it was just that he can do anything.
I mean, that's a more fun plot to sell. Also, you've got I think Jennifer Aniston's a bigger draw than Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Zoe had another movie that year as well. She had The Happening.
Yeah, I don't remember her from that movie either.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I remember seeing the movie around the time it came out.
Wow, you saw that movie?
I did see. I think that was another red boxing kind of movie.
Yeah, I saw that movie in the theater as well with Tanya. She wanted to go see it, so like, okay, we'll go see it. We liked Zoe. And we liked M. Night Shyamalan, but we were a little burnt from the last outing when he had a mermaid.
Okay, and then you got burned again by the Tree movie?
Definitely got burned again by the Wind and Tree movie. And then I stayed away from him until The Visit, which was in 2015.
Yeah, but also, like, what did he have in between then anyway?
Well, he had the After Earth movie with Will Smith and his son.
Oh, that was him? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he had the Avatar movie, The Last Airbender.
Oh, that was him?
For
I didn't realize
he did
that.
some, like, for hire shit, but it wasn't for hire. He was, like, actually, like, I want to make these.
I really want to make a movie with Will Smith and his untalented son.
Yes, he did say
His
that.
untalented, egomaniacal son.
I think Will Smith actually came to him with the project, but then they worked
Will
together.
Smith slapped him.
He's like, he slapped him on the back and said, hey, I got something for you.
M. Night Shyamalan, I really love The Happening. Will you help direct this movie with my child, please? He's got no talent. I'm really trying to get him some work or whatever.
Critics said that this plot is a little too similar to Carey's past film, Liar, Liar.
I did think we were going. I'm like, why does he have to say yes? Does Terrence Stamp put like a hex on him or something? And I go, no, he just chooses to do it.
I thought it was another Tom Shadyac movie for a second, and then I forgot Peyton redirected this at the end. I'm like, oh, that's why I liked it a little more.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey declined an upfront salary for his role in the film. He was instead paid 36.2% of the film's gross after his production and marketing costs were covered.
Ah, like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
We were talking about that yesterday, with Gravity.
Carrey learned basic Korean for a scene.
Whoa. Well, that explains why the movie's only $70 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's budget is not factored in there at all. This could have been a $100 million movie.
Where is it truly? What do we see?
I know, like, without Jim getting $20 to $30 million, where does the money of this movie go?
Zoe's not pulling the big...
Zoe's definitely not getting big bucks.
Bradley Cooper's no one.
No. You have a couple crowd scenes, but a lot of them are just extras. You could be like, who wants to be in a Jim Carrey movie? That doesn't seem too hard. You have maybe a few action sequences, though some of those motorbike things look like they were done on green screen. I guess you got to rent out the Hollywood Bowl. You got to do something with the Nebraska Stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. That still feels pricey. Bungee jumping.
2008, and I liked how we were doing bank stuff again in 2008.
Yeah, but the banks aren't like the bad guys here.
No.
They're just there. It's just be like, all right, we got to put Jim in like a boring dead-end job. The thing why I like Liar Liar more is like Jim's whole thing here is like, I'm fuddy-duddy guy. And every now and then I'll accidentally do sort of my physical comedy stuff. You know, a cat will scare me and I'll like jump very abruptly, or I'll randomly put tape around my face in one of the most out of character moments of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point. That why is he doing that? He's a depressed man. He's a depressed man from the beginning of the movie.
Right? Like that feels like Jim not acting in that moment. Jim's just like going with it. But I don't believe the character would have done that. He's only doing all this crazy stuff because he has to.
Yeah.
And even like when he's bungee jumping, he's like, all right, I guess I'm doing this. Whoa, there I go. But like he's not having fun while he's doing it. He's not like, woo!
Yeah.
Right? He's just like it's bursting out of him, usually in panic or when something goes wrong, like in that fight scene. You know, he's drunk there. So then there are justifications to do it. Where Liar Liar, the whole point is like the crazy thing makes him have to do weird physical comedy the whole time. So I think that's why that one plays better than this one. Or at least with Jim in the starring role, I think that one takes better advantage of him.
All right, I just want to read something really quick.
The Red Bull moment was good.
Red Bull.
Yeah, the Red Bull, like, that's a strong Jim moment. It's motivated. That I bought. All right, go on, Joe.
Jim Carrey's character learns to play the guitar. Carrey tried to play during the years of his childhood, but quit before ever learning a chord. Carrey said in an interview with HBO, just learning the basic chords was maybe the most challenging part of any movie I've worked on in my career. Peyton Reed even joked about the guitar part being dubbed or just cut altogether. Reed played the song Jumper by Third Eye Blind, which had a high number of digital downloads after the film's theatrical release. After the final date of filming, Carrey retired his set guitar and Deschanel kept it. When asked about this, Carrey said, "I'll never need that or any guitar ever again. Guitar is not for me. Never has been, never will be."
Yeah, the makeup artist from The Grinch being like, phew, glad it's not me anymore.
That's the hardest thing he's done.
Yeah.
Zoe sings a lot of the songs in this movie.
I did notice that. Mm-hmm.
She sings the final song, Yes Man.
Yep. Does it say anything about them not liking each other?
No, I think they liked each other.
Fine. Something was weird between them. It just wasn't clicking a lot of the time.
One of the most terrifying shots for Jim Carrey was the one with the dog in front of him after saying no for the first time after attending the seminar. The rope actually broke several times during filming.
That prop guy getting fired.
The day before Zoe Deschanel had to get on the scooter for the first time, her stunt double fell off and shattered her hip. Zoe was told that it would take the stunt woman about 9 months to recover, so she was asked to get on the bike for the shot.
Well, here's what I would say. Can we get a new one?
There's not a bunch of girls that have...
you can't find tiny frame black-haired girls in LA. They're not around.
Yeah, I am curious. How?
If I'm like, all right, the person trained to ride this scooter well just fucking hurt herself and is out of commission for 9 months, I'm sure as hell not getting on that bike knowing nothing about scootering.
Yeah, she's 5'5".
I'd say tiny lady.
It's tiny.
Tiny to me.
Jack Black was originally considered for the lead role.
All right, I see it.
Do you think it's funnier?
No. I don't think it's like less funny, though. I think it's the same.
Director Peyton Reed spent a lot of time with Jim Carrey to find the right tone for the film, one which would be in between Carrey's manic comedies and his more serious-minded films, as well as to complete the subject's Americanization, as the source book comes from a British author.
I mean, I don't know what you need to Americanize, but I would agree with that's exactly where their tone ended up, which doesn't have to be bad. It just doesn't best utilize Jim. Like, all right, Jim, we want to be somewhat of your serious roles. Okay, but we're billing this as a comedy, so people want to see Liar, Liar, you know?
Not only was Jack Black thought of for the role, but also Bill Murray turned down the role.
I definitely like that less if he's being cast with Zoe Deschanel.
I don't think it's cast with Zoe Deschanel. I don't think this is going to be a Scarlett Johansson situation. He's a lot older than Zoe.
Like, then it's like, yeah, a middle-aged comedy, right? Like, it's just a guy who got in a rut, and he's like, blah. I would just need Zoe Deschanel to be older, and then that could be fine. I've seen him play a crank before. It could work.
Both Jim Carrey and Bradley Cooper were in relationships with Renee Zellweger.
Huh.
Weird.
How'd Bradley Cooper get in there?
I don't know.
Jim, I go, that makes sense. They were both big stars at the time.
The thing is, Bradley Cooper is like, he's a little younger than Jim, but he's not much younger.
Yeah.
They're like 10 years apart.
Yeah, no, but like, I could see Jim and Renee running in the same circles in the 90s, you know? 90s, early 2000s. Like, I would buy that. Bradley Cooper just feels like on the fringes of Hollywood for so long.
He was, sadly.
So I'm impressed he like got in a room with her.
You make it seem like she's like unattainable to anyone.
I guess it depends on when they started dating, but if it was in that era, I would be like, seems a little crazy. Justin Theroux and Jennifer Aniston having crossed paths feels crazy to me too.
That's one of the sexiest couples.
Sure. I just Justin Theroux,
that
like,
man
where's he meeting Jennifer Aniston?
So handsome. Yeah. Who knows? But he was around.
I know he was around, but a million people are around. They're not like hobnobbing.
He's in Mulholland Drive. Maybe she was a huge fan of Mulholland Drive, and she's just like, this guy. He's not very handsome in this movie, but I know he's really handsome underneath. Yeah. He's got a weird like look in that movie.
Think about Jennifer Aniston contemplating the Winky scene and being like, is this a dream? Whose dream is this? That makes her 10 times more attractive to me. If that's like Jennifer Aniston's mental state as she watches that movie. I don't believe it, but that would be nice.
Yeah, okay, so the last thing is, even though one of the movie's main posters has Jim Carrey running through a field of flowers gracefully, he does not run through a field of flowers once throughout the film.
Yes, I was noticing that. The old posters on the old physical media releases has Jim on the bike with Zoe doing the arms out thing.
Yes.
And I say, okay, yeah, that feels very Larry Crown-ish, but at least I get the gist of the film.
Wow, that...
But...
Larry Crown stole it!
Yeah.
They're like 5 or 6 years later.
Yeah. There's not much great about Larry Crown. But then all the newer releases, the Blu-rays and the HDs and multi-formats, they do have Jim in the fields. In basically the same pose that we see him on the bike, so they just photoshopped him somewhere else.
They did.
But now there's no Zoe. And I go, okay, did she like burn some bridges during New Girl? Like, why are you taking her out now that she's even bigger?
She's just not in much of the movie. She's only in the back half.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, whatever. You market it as she's in there anyway, you know? And it tells me, there's just something about him on the back of the bike with the girl that tells me a lot more about the movie than him in a field of flowers. One
of the writers of this movie played Zit Boy in Liar Liar. So that was funny.
It all comes back.
Jared Paul played Zit Boy. He's a screenwriter, director, and actor himself.
How much more can we tie this back? Is the high-strung guy, is he a writer on this one too? Did he do a little pass for Jim?
Don't we wish? No, just 4 writers.
Just only 4 writers this movie had. No wonder it feels so written.
I thought it was fun. I had a fun time. I think this is the last funny one.
I'll be clear. I didn't have like a bad time. I just had like a meh time.
It's gonna be dark from here on out. By the way.
Oh, cool.
It's all bad news. This was my last I got one little ray of sunshine for like goofy Jim Carrey.
You know what the problem is, Joe, is that this is Jim's 30-second film, and if you swap 3 and 2, you get the number 23.
What?
So, all right, so Jim and Zoe, they go to Nebraska. They go to that chicken slaughterhouse.
Yes, they do.
Do you know the tour guide of that chicken slaughterhouse? She was in the Drew Carey Show Season 1.
Oh, my God. Wow. You did it.
All right, and that brings us to some Drew Carey musical licensing rights issues.
Moon over Parma, bring my love to me tonight. Guide her to Eastlake underneath your...
So we're at Season 7, right? We got 1/3 of the show left, but I knew Season 7 opens with some cluster Fs for the musical licensing people, because the first 2 episodes... You ended Season 6 on a cliffhanger. Mimi drives Drew crazy and sends him to a mental institution so she can take his job. So you have a big cliffhanger. We wait all summer for the show to come back, and what do? They say, we're going to have our first 2 episodes be the Drew Carey Rock and Roll Comedy Hour Back to School Special, and it's just like a bunch of skit shows and musical acts. And you're like, I wonder where that plot's going to be. So I'm like, okay. I say, okay, well, we've got a bunch of musical band performances. You obviously can't have those. That's fine. You could actually just take them out, and then you could still have all the sketch shows. So it's weird that when I went to Plex, you didn't have them there. The episodes just are gone. They're just removed. Even the DVD box set doesn't have them. And I go, you didn't want to salvage those sketches? Well, the problem is those sketches all have music in them, too. Just, there's party music in the background, or like the MASH themes going on to like sell a funny joke or whatever. So basically you might have been able to salvage 3 sketches out of the whole 45 minutes of comedy and music.
The MASH theme? That's good. I like the MASH theme.
MASH theme is good. So obviously knew those ones were getting there. What I was surprised was when I then went back to Plex, episode 3 of that season was missing too. And I thought, that's odd. I know there's a musical number at the beginning of the movie. Drew Carey, he gets out of the mental institution and they're like, how did you get home? How did you convince them to leave? And he goes, well, they needed me to dance. And then he does this song like, I can't dance, I can't. It's an old rock song. It's a plot-related song, somewhat. And they've usually paid money for the plot-related songs. But they even had like a get-out-of-jail-free card because he says, I got out of prison because I needed to show them I could dance. And then we go to the musical number. You actually could have just had that and then cut out the musical number and then go to the rest of the episode. I knew that was coming. So then I thought maybe there's other music in there later on that I forgot about and that was too hard to take it all out. But there isn't any music. It just is a standard episode. So aside from the fact that they usually have sprung for the important plot songs, I'm confused why they didn't just cut out the song because they also didn't need it. And even if it felt confusing, what's more confusing is that episode 3 ends on a cliffhanger. He ends up marrying one girl, and then by the end of the episode, Kate asks him to marry him, and he also says yes to her. So really, you've ended season 6, and he's in the mental institution, and Mimi's taking his job, and you go, wow, what a cliffhanger. And then you come back, and Drew goes to the guys, and he goes, oh, hey, I've accidentally married 2 women at the same time. And you go, whoa, it feels like we missed a whole bunch here. So, and at that point, too, if you weren't going to give us the info about how he got out of the mental institution, why not just cut out that whole opening, give us the rest of episode 3 so we at least can understand how he accidentally married 2 women at the same time? What was the thought process here?
There was none.
My best guess is they like kept going and they paid the money when they have to, and suddenly they get to season 7 and they go, whoops, we're actually running low on money. We probably can't afford to pay for this song anymore. All right, just cut the whole fucking thing then. That just doesn't make any... There was so much of that episode you could have salvaged and it would have been fine. I don't understand why they didn't do it. The craziest of the musical licensing cuts that I've seen so far, a whole episode. Can't understand why they did that.
So, do they have... I think you told me, they have the first season out with the music rights, right? Just the first season on DVD?
You know, I will have to double check that. I have the first season on DVD. I have those episodes, but
yes,
I did notice watching it this time on Plex, there were more cuts than I was expecting.
I just say this because they did, I think, you know, one of the other big, they rectified it. One of the other big shows that had a lot of music rights issues was Malcolm in the Middle, had 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Forever, it was impossible to stream that show until about like maybe 10 years ago. And then they were like, oh, it's all up on Hulu. There you go. Have it. I'm like, what? And everything with music and everything was normal about it. And I'm like, okay. But the first season came out like maybe a couple years after the show was on air.
Yeah.
And they're like, just like how shows came out on DVD back then, but it didn't sell too well, and I guess it was so expensive for the music rights they just stopped making the DVDs. But it's on streaming, so I don't understand why there's so many issues if they have all these like songs that are hard to get or whatever. Same thing with Freaks and Geeks, but that was one season. I understand that one.
Yeah, I don't know. For Malcolm in the Middle, streaming off, like if you're not putting it out on DVD, okay, but you can more likely get your money back for streaming. You only pay for the streaming musical rights. You don't have to worry about putting out any physical media.
Yeah.
So you have no production costs. So you might be able to make that money back. Now, that isn't quite a one-to-one because Drew Carey is also on streaming. That streaming cut-up version is what we got in the DVD box that they released around the same time.
That's such a bummer. I almost bought that too.
It is a bummer.
You saved me.
I know. I might still buy it when it's like $50, sub $50, just to like be like, huh, look, I'm supporting you. Maybe you'll put out a better version soon.
We always hope for that.
But it is a surprising amount of episodes have been cut to some degree, lost a joke, got awkwardly edited, missed a whole section. It is wild to be like, wow, this really was here the whole time and I never fully appreciated that.
Why do people think they can just cut up a television show? That's like cutting up art.
I mean, like, they have to do it or we get nothing, so I get it. I'm just surprised at how much it's happening. Like, I just didn't realize. It's sort of a masterclass for teaching people about musical licensing situations.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
I want to experience the whole thing.
I know.
Good quality.
We fortunately have Media Junkie Joss who hand HD upscaled them himself.
Hell yeah.
using AIs. Very nice gentleman. And then YouTube responded in kind by taking him down. Though looking back, it was only like a year or two before these DVDs came out, so like maybe the producers knew they were ready to go, and they're like, don't remind them of what the episode should be like. What are you doing? All right, so you got any last looks on Yes Man?
Yeah. It held up fine. It wasn't like a laugh riot, but I didn't have a bad time watching it.
I guess I'm just a no man.
Oh.
No man.
No man.
That's me.
Yeah, Zoe, I don't know. She looks at me the right way some days. I'm like, okay. I'll put aside that you have zero personality sometimes. Or it's all manufactured to seem quirky.
Anytime they said no man, it reminded me of Al Bundy's club in Married with Children, No Ma'am, the national organization of men against Amazonian masterhood. That show's so stupid and smart at the same time. All right, my last looks. Why does Jim Carrey do this movie? Well, I guess he wanted those sweet, sweet percentage points. No. He obviously believed in it if he was going to take that deal. I mean, it does feel a lot like Liar Liar and Bruce Almighty kind of put together in a weird way.
Yeah, I agree.
So he's just like, yeah, let's go back to the well. I've had my little dalliance and the drama things, and I'll take one of these big budget things. That'll help me do my weird projects later on. I certainly won't need to do a third Sonic movie. I'll have plenty of money ready to go.
Those Sonic movies come like a decade and a half later.
Yes, I'm joking, Joe. He's obviously not expecting himself to go broke either. It's all a joke, Joe.
I know, but it's just so weird. The thing is, with Eddie and Jim, because I told you, their careers are so weirdly aligned.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Both of their output is going to have a steady drop off after this year. It's like, do they stop making movies? Kind of.
Yeah.
For a decade.
Who do you think's having the better fare of it at this point in time, right before the next big plateau?
Jim's making money at least.
Still Jim. I mean,
the only thing that Eddie makes is Shrek movies.
Yeah, Eddie's making Shrek money.
Yeah, and now it's been a couple of years since the Shrek movie, so I guess we got to make another one.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
make four, Eddie. Come on. Eddie's like, come on.
I bet Eddie gets bigger percentage points from Shrek than Jim does from Yes Man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if Eddie's just like the sidekick.
Even if Eddie's actual percentages are less than 33 or whatever Jim was getting for this, he's certainly making more money off of those points.
Just can't make... And the thing is, Eddie Murphy was making original comedies that weren't really based on any IP, and no one cared.
Well, that's because they were bad.
I agree, except for Norbit, which is fun.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. All right. Jim in the lead here. Eddie got off to a pretty good start and has had a hard time catching up with Jim once he took off.
He's had a couple of body blows though with the Shrek movies, and Daddy Daycare did well.
Eddie trying to hang in there, but Jim just seems to consistently perform better in his less funny. Like when Eddie makes a bad movie, it tanks.
Bad movie.
Jim makes a bad movie, it still makes like $100 and something million.
Yeah, it's just a fart in the wind. You're like, okay.
It came, nobody really watched it, but it still was profitable enough.
Fun with Dick and Jane being the number one.
Jim Carrey makes a bad movie, Jay Leno's not making a joke about it,
Yeah, Jim Carrey doesn't really denounce any of his movies that much. He's just
Jim's also nice about it. He made the number 23. You know what happened? We just didn't hear about it. Eddie makes a bad movie. We all make fun of Norbit and Meet Dave. Just culturally, we all know Norbit's a bad movie.
I'm glad we said goodbye to Dave.
Yeah. The sequel would have been Cut Dave Loose.
Weren't they going to make a Dave sequel?
They were going to make a sequel, but Eddie wasn't going to be in it. It was going to star Scott Conn.
The security card.
It was going to star a minor character from the first movie. We don't even have Dave in the movie anymore. How are you making a sequel to Meet Dave? All right. I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for minding those audio boards and keeping us sound so slippery smooth. I'd like to thank the sponsor, the pen on the windowsill thing. I don't have that in front of me anymore. Yeah. I'd like to thank Joe Vekeman for stopping by.
Thank you.
And I am your host, Patrick Scale. You can find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com and social media, presumably with a similar sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night. Mark Wahlberg and Lakeith Stanfield in a Shane Black movie. What?
With Jim Carrey.
No. Expert thief Parker, God, gets a shot at a major heist, but to pull it off, he and his team must outsmart a South American dictator, the New York mob, and the world's richest man.
Is that all the same person?
It's this is called Play Dirty. It's the new Shane Black movie. Apparently Grant has seen it.
Yeah, he gets to go to all the fancy things.
Yeah. You gave it 2 stars. He didn't like it.
Uh-oh.
I have not heard any rumblings of a Shane Black movie coming out.
Well, this is why, apparently. It's not that great. No one's talking about it.
His last movie was 2018's The Predator. That was a bad movie.
Did you go for a long walk?
Me?
Said you were going to go for a long walk last we spoke.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, I'm going to go tomorrow. I was tired yesterday and I had a lot of cleaning to do and a lot of laundry.
Yeah, I hear that.
And then you didn't like super sell it, but I'm...
Yeah, I don't want you to go out of your way to see it, but... You know, if you're tired and you got stuff to do, probably do that first and then you can long walk after. Long walk not going anywhere. Just walking along, plodding along.
Literally.
Yeah.
If I do this, I will be seeing 4 movies over the next 4 days. We'll see if I can do it though.
Yeah, if you can pull off the trick of your youth.
Yeah. 7 is today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, The Long Walk.
Yeah.
Thursday, Do the Right Thing.
Okay.
Friday, Him.
So what is your theater just having old movies this week?
I told you, it's got the Regal. The Regal is taking classics for September for some reason. I don't get it. I don't know if there's like any rhyme or reason to them.
I thought that was a summer thing. I didn't know this was September.
It's literally just the month of September. They're playing one like classic movie every day for the whole day. Maybe September's just kind of a bum month, but kind of not really because...
Maybe it is, yeah. All the kids are going back to school, so they're like, we need to get the old people at least to come if the young people aren't.
Well, I told you, the old people were all excited about Downton Abbey last weekend.
Yeah, but maybe they're also excited about 7. Old people love stuff in boxes.
I don't know if this is really working for them because, stuff in boxes. Let me tell you, when I last looked, early this morning, there was nobody in the theater.
Old people don't like to buy tickets ahead of time. They can't figure that out.
Okay, well, your point is absolutely true. Because when I went to see Toy Story on Friday last week, there was an old couple there, and they were trying to print their tickets at the kiosk. And then the old woman was like, I can't get it. I definitely bought these online. I bought them online. And the gentleman behind the counter was like, can you give me your last name? And he looked it up by last name and he had them instantly. She was just like, oh, thank you.
I like to think she's there and she's like, there used to be a lady here and I'd go to the booth and I'd buy the ticket from the lady. What happened to the lady? What happened to the booth? And the dude's like, we haven't had booths in 4 years, ma'am.
Oh, it's so much longer.
Oh,
they
no.
got rid of that nice little ticket booth so long ago. Let me see. Okay, 11:45. One person.
There you go.
Dead center.
The 11:45 showing of 7 isn't most people's idea of a fun lunchtime.
Well, it's the only time I can go see it.
I know it's the only time you can go see it, but maybe the showtime is more successful at a different time of day.
Fine. 605 has like 7 seats. The 255 has 0 seats. The 915 has 6 seats. 7 seats.
You mean the number 23? 23 seats.
They're just playing like... There's like no regular new movies coming out. It's so strange. They're still playing like one 9:25 showing of the Fantastic Four. There's a 6:05 showing of Weapons, an 11:05 of Freaky Air Friday, and a 9:15 of Caught Stealing.
Man, a lot of those movies aren't in theater over here.
And then you have your Indian movies. You got your Demon Slayer Infinity Castles.
For the nerds.
Yeah, The Sound of Music, and then that.
For the old nerds.
And then Pan's Labyrinth is the special movie tomorrow.
For the middle-aged nerds.
All right, let's go, baby. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready once I drink the water.